All right, well, how many times have we heard, you worked a long day, you deserve a drink, or Mom, you've been so busy, you need a glass of wine. Is that really the healthiest thing we should be telling ourselves or telling other people? To explain a little bit more, we have Meg Geisewite in with us, and you're an author of Intoxicating Lies.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, first of all, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, happy to have you. This is so interesting. I've been loving reading this. Already started it. I read your was it the foreword and the preface?
Yes.
So already started on the few chapters as well. But first, for someone who hasn't been able to jump in yet, what is this book about?
So in 2019, I became sober curious, and I had always kind of used alcohol as a weekend fun recreational thing.
Yeah.
And then I had 3 back-to-back life incidents that happened, and I kind of felt that drinking shifted to almost that medicinal, like you said, at the end of the night, I deserve it. I was having a lot of hard times at work and hard times at home, and so I was looking forward to that 5 o'clock glass of wine. And it started to become kind of this habit at night. The problem was I was waking up not feeling great. I was kind of sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And I found myself in this detox to retox loop that I felt like I couldn't get out of. And I wondered why my drinking looked like everybody else's. So it appeared quote unquote normal. But at the same time, I was suffering internally and struggling silently, thinking, why can't I get this under control? Why do every night I say, I'm not going to drink tonight, tonight is not going to be the night. And then 5 o'clock would roll around and my mind shift would change. And I would say, I've earned it. And the mommy wine culture really normalized that behavior and said, it's funny, it's okay. It was kind of the permission slip to continue that behavior. It wasn't until I listened to my own inner knowing, which I talk a lot about in the book, because I even had my own therapist tell me she didn't think I had a drinking problem.
Wow, yeah.
And her ill advice kept my gray area of drinking, which I'll explain what that is in a minute, but going for another 2 years. And it wasn't until I listened to my own inner knowing that I realized this is something I need to explore. And I didn't want to break up with alcohol. Much like our culture, it's very, it's highly accessible and promoted and celebrated. What I didn't know was that it is a class 1 carcinogen and a highly addictive drug. And so I'm in pharmaceutical sales, and when I learned the science behind alcohol, I started asking myself a lot of questions like, why am I having a toxin with my kale salad? Why am I having a depressant to celebrate? Do I need this? What is this providing for me?
Wow, that's so interesting when you think about it like that, because like you said, we're so conditioned to think, you deserve your wine time with your girls, you need a margarita, guys, they have to have a beer when they're out with everyone. But you're right, I mean, breaking down what it is, it can't be that good for you.
Especially for women, because just 3 drinks a week, which isn't a lot,
no, it's not.
Increases your chance for breast cancer by 15%.
What?
Yeah, and we're not talking
that.
about that. And when I found out about the term gray area drinking and it's in the medical literature, it's on the alcohol use disorder spectrum, and it's that stage between every now and again drinkers and end stage drinkers who need a medical detox. That vast, wide category in between those 2 stages is called gray area drinking. And I really identified with that space. There are no external consequences. I wasn't hitting a rock bottom in my marriage or at work. In fact, I was winning awards.
Wow.
And if you looked at my life, it looked like I had everything going together. 2 kids, a great job, a great husband. But at night, I was using wine in particular as my self-care. And that became dangerous because it's progressive. And so I'm so glad that I actually decided to listen to that inner knowing, even though you might get a permission slip from your therapist, from even your own doctor. So I thought, I'm going to write a book to help other women who feel alone in this space, because I felt very alone.
Wow, and I know you did find an online group called Sober Sisters or Sober Sis?
Sober Sis,
Sober Sis, okay. And I love that you go into this, that a little bit in this book, and I just encourage you guys to read this and learn more about that. But you might also be wondering, we're talking being sober, why do we have all these drinks in front of us? Spoiler alert, they're alcohol-free. We're gonna take a really quick break. When we come back, Meg, you're going to help us make a margarita of sorts that is gonna not leave you with a hangover the next day, right?
That's right.
I love this. All right, we're gonna talk more in just a minute. One quick break, we'll be right back. All right, take a look at what we have here. Looks like we are making the ultimate margarita. In a way, we are. It just is not, like I said, going to leave you with that hangover. So we are back with Meg Geisewite, and we were just talking about her book, Intoxicating Lies, and how to just live that good, feel-good, sober life, not give in to the peer pressure of drinking. And so if you want a real good marg, you know how to do it.
Yes.
I'm so excited to try this.
Yes. So I think when we're sober curious or on the sober curious journey, we want to feel part of the festivities.
Yeah.
We want to have fun. So my favorite here is Ritual Tequila that has 0 alcohol. And so because there's no alcohol, you can kind of pour to your liking.
Lovely.
But I'm just going to pour a little at the bottom of the glass and just kind of fill up the bottom of the glass.
And these glasses are so cute.
Yes, they're fun. And you know, we want to have a nice glass when we're having our 0 proof cocktail. I'm a bit lazy, so I like the pre-mixed cocktails.
I'm the same way.
The pre-mixed.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to use a little bit of this limeade to make it a little bit spicy as well. And then
we're having spicy margs.
Spicy margs.
Even better.
And then just to give it a little bit of bubble and a little bit more flavor is the Fever Tree ginger beer.
Okay, perfect.
And so we'll just add a little bit of that.
Lovely.
And then we can, if you're at home, stir it, add in the lime for a little fresh lime juice to it. And now you have your perfect non-alcoholic
I'm so excited.
margarita.
This sounds delicious. All right, let's try it out. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that great?
And you can't even tell the difference.
No, you cannot taste the difference.
It almost has that little bit of kick too that like tequila would give you, but I like it even better because it's not like a burn.
And you get to have all the fun without any of the regret the next day.
Yes, and no one's gonna know. And you and I were talking during the break. You know, it's good to share your journey, and no matter what you're going sober for, but it's really no one's business. You know.
Yeah.
And so if you are at a party and you have this and you're drinking a marg, no one's gonna question what you're doing.
No. And so what I'll do sometimes is I'll bring a little cooler to parties or on the boat or to the beach full of either a mix like this or sometimes some non-alcoholic beers. And I'll just crack one open on the beach, and you know, everybody quits for different reasons or maybe just cutting back.
Yeah.
And so you get to be part of the group, part of the festivities without any of the hangover the next day.
I love this. This is actually one of my favorite spicy margaritas I've had. I'm serious.
Great.
This is very good.
There's several brands now. I mean, long gone are the days of just one non-alcoholic option. When you go to restaurants, a lot of the restaurants now are having mocktail or 0 proof cocktails on their menus. Yeah. And you can always find a non-alcoholic beer, and I can't taste the difference with that either.
I can't either. I was telling you too, the non-alcoholic beers, sometimes you don't even know at all. Same with this margarita. So I would encourage you guys to try this. If you're even just a little bit curious about, I don't feel like drinking tonight, but I want to have fun with my friends, or everyone's having happy hour, I want to be invited, I would encourage you to try this.
Yes,
this is great.
for sure.
Yes, of course, Meg. Hey, where can we get your book? It really is so fantastic.
Anywhere books are sold. If you're looking for a signed copy, Browse About Books has signed copies, but anywhere books are sold, you can find my book.
Amazing. We love Browse About, don't we? Oh, great. All right. Well, like I said earlier, this is such an easy read. It is so fun, and it's relatable. I think especially to moms who are in the same situation that you were in before.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. All right, I might finish off this this marg really quick, you guys, but we have a little more CoastLife for you, and I'll be back in just a minute.
Welcome to your dream beachfront retreat at 645 Bay Avenue in Milford. This beautiful 4-bed, 3-bath home offers 2,200 square feet of coastal living. The open layout integrates living, dining, and kitchen areas perfect for entertaining. Enjoy a well-appointed kitchen, spacious bedrooms, a suite with water views, and large deck with outdoor relaxation. Don't miss the chance to own a piece of paradise in Slaughter Beach. Happy Place of the Week is sponsored by the Parker Group.